So you're training in the gym and you're looking to take your training to the next level, and you want to try and increase your muscle mass, or you want to try and lose more fat. Well, supplements can help you do that. The key word is help, but we'll get into that. Today I want to basically talk about what supplements are worth taking, what supplements I take, and just try and get to the bottom of what you actually need to be taking. I think the issue is nowadays, you get things like TikTok and all of that, where people are promoting all sorts on there. What I would say is, if someone is promoting something on TikTok Shop, be wary. I've seen a lot of Shilajit stuff. I actually take Shilajit, but we'll get into that. But stuff like Tonga Ali and stuff, there's a lot of things which I think aren't worth it, but still get pushed on social media. And so with the amount of options for supplements, it's very difficult to know what exactly to take. Now, before I even get into this, I want to point out that these are supplements, okay? They're supposed to supplement your growth and supplement your gym experience. They're not going to be a game changer. Nothing you take is going to substitute good training, good recovery, good nutrition, all of that. But first, before we get into that, the sun's setting and I want to get to my favourite spot to talk about this, so I'm going to go and walk to that and then we'll talk a little bit more. Oh, and also, I have got a new camera as well. I'm recording on a new camera right now, so let me know if this looks good. Same lens, just different body, higher FPS, more colour. Camera nerds will know it's a Sony a6700. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get to my little spot and I will catch you over there. Complete tangent as well. I do recommend just going for a walk sometimes. Like, it sounds so stupid, but if you've got a lot going on in your head, you can sometimes just simplify it by going for a walk and thinking. So luckily, the sun hasn't set yet. I'm on my way up to the spot. I'm about a minute away, so I have made it in time. Boss been walking pretty quick, so I'm out of breath. I need to do more cardio, but mate, I love going for a walk at these sorts of times. It's just like the best time because it's not too hot right now. It was pretty hot during the day today, but it's not too hot, so we're gonna go and look at the sunset. So we've made it. Yeah. If this seems boring to you, going for walks like this, we're very different people. But anyway, enough about walking, let's talk about supplements. I want to preface this by saying that I'm not qualified in science stuff. Like, I'm basically going by the research that I've done and what's worked for me. And so I'm telling you what I take. I'm not telling you what you should take, but you know, take what you want from this video. So anyway, first supplement I take, vitamin D. Now, the reason why I take vitamin D is because generally, as much as I'm outside in the sun right now, in the UK we don't get enough sun. And I just don't go outside enough, to be quite honest with you. So I take vitamin D because it supports immune health, boosts your mood, and it's just good for you. Getting in the sun is good for you, and so it basically kind of gives you a lot of the qualities of what being in the sun would do. Wow, I'm getting attacked by flies right now. I don't know if you can see that. So I take that in the morning, and then what I also take with that, fish oil, so omega-3. That basically contains like omega-3 fatty acids, which I believe is good for like inflammation, heart health, brain health, all that sort of stuff. It's really good for you. And it's found in obviously fish and just lots of different foods, so it's safe to take. I take that with food, and then I also in the morning have Shilajit and Ashwagandha. Now, I think a lot of people are a bit on the fence about this. I was too. Ashwagandha, I will say, I took it by itself a little while ago and I didn't notice that much difference. In fact, if anything, I just noticed I kind of cared about stuff less, which seems to be a recurring theme. A lot of people have the same thing. So ashwagandha I'm not too fussed about, but it's the Shilajit in that I like. So interestingly, about a week ago I came off Shilajit because we just ran out, and so I'm back on it now. I've been for the past few days. When I came off it, I noticed that my mood wasn't great. Like, I just felt down. Like, I didn't have the energy during the day. I didn't have like the drive. So I'm back on it now, and I feel how I did before. I feel good now. I would say it's placebo, but I genuinely wasn't expecting to feel a difference. I didn't even really think about it. It was only after a few days I kind of thought, wow, I feel different. I don't feel good. And a little while ago I had my testosterone checked. It was quite low. That's like 3 years ago. And then I got it tested again a few months ago, and it was high. And one of the differences that I've made in my life is taking Shilajit and Ashwagandha. So do with that what you will, but I have noticed significant significant improvements in my mood, my drive, my just those manly, you know, get up and go, do your work, motivation, all that sort of stuff. Like, that just seems to be elevated while I'm taking this, which is kind of what you want. You know, every guy wants high testosterone, and so you kind of get the benefits of high testosterone from taking this. People have different views on that. Not everyone will be, you know, for it, so deal with that what you will. Next up is creatine. So I take creatine because essentially your body has creatine in it already. You produce creatine naturally. Supplementing creatine just means you have more of it in your system, and the benefit of that is you store more water in your muscles, so it means you can get more nutrients for growth into the muscles, and it makes you look bigger. There's even been studies that have shown that it improves cognitive function. I haven't really experienced that, but yeah, apparently it does. That's one of the benefits, but the main thing is just making you look bigger and recover better. So that's something that I think is like the most researched supplement. That's quite a safe one to take. A lot of people take it. I go by having 1 gram for every 10 kilograms of body weight. So I weigh just under 80 kg. I mean, I take 6 grams just because it's just 2 scoops, but 1 gram for every 10 kilograms of body weight is what I would do. The next thing I take is magnesium. So I take magnesium every night, about an hour before I go to sleep. Magnesium is shown to improve recovery as well as improve sleep quality, and I will say I think that's one of the things I also notice a difference with. I've been taking it for ages now, and my sleep and recovery is very good. So that's something that I think is a bit overlooked by people, but I would 100% recommend taking that. What else do I take? Wow, just look at that. Whew. We've done this, like, the main supplements. Now let's talk about protein powder, because I get a lot of questions saying, how many scoops of protein powder should I have a day? The answer is as few as possible. I always recommend getting protein from food. So in an ideal world, you'd have no protein powder. You would get all your protein from food. Now, me personally, I'm cutting right now, so it's very hard for me to get enough protein from my food by itself. So I'm having 2 scoops a day. But really, it's a supplement, okay? So if your aim is 180 grams, you should try and get as much of that as you can from actual food. If it means taking a scoop of 20 grams of protein to supplement up to 180, then take it, but as little as possible is the answer, really. But protein powder can be good, like I said, because it's lower calorie. So if you need a low calorie way of getting in more protein powder. And it's often in a drink, or you can mix it with food, so it's very easy to supplement with. So I have it in my porridge right now, as well as a protein shake. I think the final thing is going to be pre-workout. So that's caffeine, and then all the stuff that goes with the caffeine, like beta-alanine. L-carnitine, is that in it? I don't know, but I take a lot of pre-workout. I always find that my sessions are so much better when I have loads of caffeine. I'm not saying that it's good for you, but I'm saying that I have caffeine before my workouts. Only when I'm working out during the day. If I'm working out in the evening, I don't take it, because if I have it after 4 p.m, it'll affect my sleep. So I'd always advise no caffeine after 4 p.m. So I have a stim pre-workout with caffeine. Have that before, about 20 minutes before every daytime session. Really recommend getting that. I have the My Protein Origin Pre, but get whatever you want. And then I also have a non-stim. That's what I take in the evenings. Essentially, what that does is just improve your pump. That's pretty much all it does. Also, the beta-alanine is shown to reduce lactic acid build-up, so that can help as well. But what I'll do is, because I don't like having a full serving of pre-workout with caffeine, I'll often have a scoop of caffeine pre-workout with a scoop of non-stim. Get a good pump, less caffeine. I'm currently getting attacked by flies standing here, so I'm going to carry on going for my walk and listen to my podcast. But if I think of any more supplements, I'll add them in the video, but I think that's pretty much what I take. I try to keep it quite simple, not take too much, and I'd recommend you do the same, because after all, these are supplements. They're not essential, and in an ideal world, you wouldn't need to take these, because you get all this from food and just the environment around you. So try and take as little as possible. It's not going to transform your gym gains, but this is stuff that might add, 1%. I was just filming B-roll, and I've just remembered the last thing that I haven't shown you. These carb gels. These are really good intra-workout. Essentially, just give you some extra carbs so you can keep pushing. So for me, when I've got very long sessions, like 2 to 3 hours, having one of those when I'm bulking are very good. I can't have them while I'm cutting right now because I need to keep my carbs low, but when you're bulking, carb gels are very good. So I hope you've taken something from this video, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I do offer online coaching, so if you're interested in that, look in the description below. And then also I've just come out with a 30 ways in 30 days to maximize your gym gains. It's an email chain, so basically you'll get an email every day for 30 days and it will give you a tip on how to maximize your gym performance. So if you're interested in that, it's down below. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one.